California lawmakers today move forward with their version of the state spending plan. It's their version. This is all part of the legislature and the governor's effort this year to close a budget gap in the tens of billions of dollars.
And KCRA 3 Capitol correspondent Ashley Zavala joining us now with where talks stand. Ashley.
Yeah, so basically what lawmakers are moving forward with today is just a bargaining chip to bring to the negotiating table with the governor as these budget talks continue. We do not know how Democrats arrived to this exact plan. It was crafted behind closed doors and passed this first committee within 24 hours of it being made public. So that vote was in the Assembly Budget Committee this morning. With so little time, the state's two key analysts on this, the legislative analyst Gabe Pettick and an expert with Newsom's Department of Finance, Erica Lee, they told lawmakers they were still reviewing the plan, so they really couldn't weigh in that much today. We saw a long line of people stretching out of the hearing room and into the hallway. Members of the public who wanted to weigh in on this. Now, this deal is basically a counter to Newsom's plan, pushing back and restoring his proposed cuts on public health programs, child care slots, and housing development. It also pushes for more cuts to the state's prison system. The plan goes along with Newsom when it comes to limiting the use of the state's rainy day funds this year as the state prepares for the next few years of budget shortfalls. As we've been reporting, lawmakers and the governor together still need to figure out how to cover a $26.7 billion budget hole.
Assembly Democrats have been united in our goals of protecting classroom spending, critical safety net programs, and key efforts to address California's housing and homelessness crisis. But we also understand that such an effort must go hand in glove with a clear and unwavering commitment to smarter spending and real accountability. We recognize that in these times, the people of California expect government to tighten its belt and balance the budget just like families do every month.
I think the governor's budget, frankly, had some draconian cuts that, I object to, like the programs for individual children with disabilities to fund electric school buses. So I appreciate restoring things like that and those kinds of programs. But looking forward to reviewing it more. I'm sure we have our own share of draconian cuts.
Now, lawmakers face a deadline of June 15th to pass a state spending plan. But again, what's passed then is typically just a placeholder for the real plan agreed to with everyone involved, including the governor and legislature. Typically, that happens at the end of June.
And Ashley, with Democrats, proposing to restore those cuts, what are they planning to take away from to balance this whole thing out?
Right. That is one of the many questions I think people have when they look at this potential plan as it moves forward. There will be another hearing on this in the state Senate before this budget goes for a full floor vote. But again, there has not been much daylight between this plan dropping yesterday afternoon and then this morning's vote. Journalists like us have not had the opportunity to ask questions about this plan. You saw Assembly Republican Joe Patterson say that he actually still needed to go through it, even though they had taken a vote. So again, lawmakers didn't really discuss much during this hearing, but still, again, none of this is final. What is final is what includes the Senate,
right,
the Assembly, and the governor. The governor needs to be on board for anything to go into effect.
So they're just talking right now.
That's all this is.
Back and
talking,
forth.
exactly.
Well, hopefully, eventually, journalists like yourself will be able to ask questions.
That's the hope within the coming weeks.
Checks and balances.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Ash.
Thanks.